So quick thing real quick, working on some Bryan Denlinger videos that I'm about to put out today, and this was just one of the things that I came across, and I thought it was real funny because you know how he always acts like the books that he write on the Godhead and all his stuff is all his, and he just does all this hard work, and he's got all this information that him and his wife had to sacrifice all their time, to, and that you guys need to send all your donations for because he just works so hard. The book that he's selling for $9.99, which is 666, and Satanists do things in reverse and upside down. And if you don't believe me, you can go look up Anton LaVey's rules of Satanism, or what laws of Satanism, whatever you want to call it. And one of the things that they teach them is to write backwards, to do learn to read and write backwards. That's the whole thing, like backmasking with the phonographs and on and on and on. So again, Bryan Denlinger, no different. He's a Satanist. He's been exposed. But what I want to show you guys right here, which I thought was really interesting, is he's going to admit that most of the work came from somebody else and not him.
Okay? Make your little webcam videos, get it turned on, you little pale sissies and things out there, pink papist patrol, whatever you want.
You guys really think that sounds like a preacher, or a man of God, I should say. I shouldn't use the word preacher, but you guys really think that sounds like a man of God, a man that has the fruit of the Father? Absolutely not. Calling him all kinds of names. It's one thing, I get it if you're against people and these effeminates, and I'm against effeminates too and all that. But you sit there and pray for them. You pray for them to find Jesus Christ. You pray for them to do better and to hopefully save their soul before it's too late. You don't pray for the death and demise and destruction of people just because they're lost.
Call yourselves whatever. You got your mission in life, between sucking your thumb and holding your blankie.
I mean, it's all emotional with Bryan. He says everybody else is all emotional, but really when it comes to Bryan, it's all emotional. That's why he gets so angry. He throws stuff. He kicks stuff. He's a hypocrite. But what I want you guys to hear, like, obviously, he's been exposed, and I've exposed him as well as other people. This man's a total devil. No discernment at all. He believes that Jeffrey Dahmer was a saved man, got saved in prison, which, if he had any amount of discernment at all, he would know that Jeffrey Dahmer is a Satanist, and that Jeffrey Dahmer, all these serial killers, it's all part of the fear porn to instill, fear in everybody. It's, I would say, if not all, the majority of all these so-called serial killer stories are contrived, fake, and not real. And several people, such as RV Truth, I think he's under They Live now, another shill, but he's exposed, the Jeffrey Dahmer hoax. That was absolutely 100% a hoax. And Bryan Denlinger, if he really had discernment, he would know that was a hoax. He would know that Jeffrey Dahmer is a devil, is a Satanist, just like the Night Stalker and everything else, but he believes that he got saved. But the important part of the video, I'm sorry, is coming right now.
Is to shut Bryan Denlinger down, okay? Because then that's going to make the whole problem go away. Which is funny, really, because a lot of my teaching on the Godhead actually came from other brethren that sent me scriptures and said, what about this, whatever.
So he just admitted that most of his work comes from other brethren. So if you try to shut Bryan Denlinger down and get the truth out there about him, that's not going to stop, because there's a bigger force behind Bryan. And that's the truth, because Bryan's working for the Vatican. Bryan's part of the fraternities. He's part of the clubs. There's no doubt about that. I've exposed that, as well as other people. And you can believe what you want. Obviously, there's not going to be an absolute smoking gun. You have to put the red flags together. You have to put the pieces together and say, there's a preponderance of evidence where it's more likely than not this man is a devil, okay? And he exposes himself with his own words. It's not, so much other people doing it. Yes, hard work, and discernment, and the Lord, revealing things to us. Yes, we can, but Bryan does it himself with his own words if people would just listen.
Okay? Because then that's going to make the whole problem go away. Which is funny, really, because a lot of my teaching on the Godhead actually came from other brethren that sent me scriptures and said, what about this?
And that's the truth right there. Bryan's work is repurposed work from other people, mainly Peter Ruckman and other such people. That's why his teaching points have all been the same. He said in the beginning his goal was to be a big-time video producer and to be a video creator, just like Peter Ruckman, and his exact words wasn't like Peter Ruckman, but that's his idol, so he wants to be like Peter Ruckman. He uses mind control. His wife, CIA military, highly trained Jesuit wife, has definitely... I don't know if he was always been this way, which I suspect he has, because I suspect his family's always been connected, which you can look at his brother and his father, being connected in satanic pastors themselves. So I just want to tell you guys that, if you guys are watching this guy, please use discernment. Please pray. This man will lead you to hell. He mixes in devil doctrine, and he's going to sit there and basically it's rat poison. He's going to send you to hell. So anyways, this is just a quick little video. Again, I'll play it for you one more time if you guys didn't get it.
You're down, okay? Because then that's going to make the whole problem go away. Which is funny, really, because a lot of my teaching on the Godhead actually came from other brethren that sent me scriptures and said, what about this? Whatever.
Look at this man's eyes. I mean, he just looks devil possessed. Go watch Bryan Denlinger's devil possession video and look at the people that he shows you their eyes, okay? And look at the eyes. Absolutely. I mean, his eye, and then Bryan Denlinger is a devil. So like I said, hopefully you guys can see the forest for the trees. Hopefully you guys can put two and two together and see this man for who he truly is. And I pray that you guys will use discernment, that you pray, that you're staying in the Word, and I pray that this can help somebody, because like I said, there's so many people that are fooled by this man. They're sending him so much money. I think he's got over almost $25,000 in donations just on Give, Send, Go alone. That's not counting his PayPal donations, his 2 or 3 website donations, and everything else that he's got going. This man is making a killing, and if he was a true prophet of God, excuse me, I shouldn't say true. If he was a true man of God, and he was really putting the truth out there, absolutely, he. Workman's worthy of his wages. However, I will tell you that the Bible says that a rich man, it's easier to fit a camel through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to make it to heaven. So, like when Bryan was, doing his little trigger words in that video where he was talking about why he wants to make merch, he's sitting there telling everybody, using trigger words like, I'm not Kenneth Copeland, you don't see me flying, in $14-15 million planes and yada yada. Why is he saying that? Because it's a trigger word. It's a CIA, it's brainwashing. As soon as you think of Kenneth Copeland, you think big time ministry, you think devil, you think fake pastor who gets all these donations, who's just a devil, Joel Osteen. And so he wants to use those to be like, look, I'm not like that. I'm a meek, mild, poor guy. I'm nowhere near them. I'm nowhere near them. I'm not on their level. So don't confuse me with them. No. Just like Bryan said in the video about when he wanted to make merch, he was like, what do you think would happen if somebody donated me $1 million? You think I'd stop preaching? You think I'd stop? Yeah, Bryan, you would. Okay? And the Bible said if you became a millionaire, you'd be a rich man. That's by today's society. Actually, by today's society, Bryan's probably already considered a rich man, owning several properties, having hundreds of thousands of dollars, multiple incomes. So he's already considered a rich man by today's status. He's already a wealthy man. So more than likely, by Bryan's standard already, by the Bible's standard and where Bryan's at already, Bryan's more than likely not going to make it to heaven, even if he was a true believer of the gospel, which he is not. And anybody that's got discernment can see that. You can see the forest for the trees a mile away when it comes to Bryan Denlinger. He is a devil, a money grubbing. He's using the King James Bible to make money, and it's truly sad, and it aggravates people like me. And that's why I make videos exposing people like him, to let you guys know, hey, this is a devil in, it's the devil. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing, and we are called to expose these people. That's what we are called to do. And so, don't think I'm going to pass the buck and not expose this man, especially when and this is another thing that I want to make clear. Bryan Denlinger tries to say, everybody that comes out against him are former people that he's taught and he's, saved, basically he wants to take credit for saving them, and he's their savior, and he brought them. No, Bryan, okay, I come from a household where I was raised as a true believer, as a true Christian, a true biblical house where my father was a pastor, okay? My grandpa was a pastor, and they actually met the biblical standards to be a pastor, okay? Where you don't, your parents don't, your brother don't. You guys do not meet the biblical standards to be a bishop, Okay, so, and you did not save me. I am not a former follower just coming against you. I am someone that's been saved for a long time, who in the beginning, was looking for teachers, to, which we always are looking for people to teach and learn from. We should all be trying to learn every day and get better and better. And I'm no different. I was trying to look for a man of Christ, a man of God that I thought was sincere, that I thought was true, that I thought that I could support and put my money and my effort and my time and all them things into. And I truly believed, that you were a saved man for a long time. Started watching you, the red flags started popping up, and like some people do, and we're all guilty of this, is, you want to believe that, and have grace that, he's just a true man of God, and we all make mistakes, and you overlook the little red flags, and they keep popping up and keep popping up until finally the little red flags become big red flags, and then it's just become so many. It's like, I got to start looking into this. And then once you start looking into it, you see the forest for the trees. You pray for discernment. The Lord opens your eyes. He shows you some things. Maybe you watch a video that you watched before and you hear something different that you didn't hear the first time. So anyways, I just wanted to address that, like I said. For you people that look forward to the Bryan Denlinger videos, exposing Bryan Denlinger videos and other type of videos exposing such devils, don't worry, they're coming. I know I've been saying that for a minute, but I actually have some time now. You guys, this last month and a half, 2 months, I've been going through it, as far as just being so busy, not having much time, and just work, and dealing with, private personal matters, with work and stuff like that, and in life, like everybody. And so it's just found a hard time to actually be able to dedicate the time that it deserves to make the videos, because I don't want to just make a 2-second video and just put out, a video without doing all the proper research and doing the time that, and putting the effort that I can. And that's probably the big reason why I haven't really been doing a lot of these videos, because I don't like doing these screen recorded videos. I have a computer where I can edit videos and do stuff. Like I said, I just don't have the time, and it's sad because, like I said, I really want to. It's just where I work so much. So hopefully one day, the Lord will make it a way for me where I can make videos a little bit more, because I believe that I could help people, and I believe that it's useful information that not a lot of people have out there. And I also want to say this about Bryan Denlinger. He doesn't expose the real things that need to be exposed. He'll and he's one of those people that gets gifted certain, he's a gatekeeper, so he gets gifted certain selected amount of information that he's allowed to disseminate. And people think, oh, he's just so smart, he's come up. No, it's just like he said in this video. Okay, that's mostly work from other people that's been given to him for him to disseminate, because he has a following. Okay, and that's what they do with these gatekeepers. They keep, they put their gatekeepers in place, then they give them the information that they want to have out. Bryan's not putting the truth out there, like somebody like RV Truth was, back in the day when they were just pumping out, exposing all these hoaxes, these false mass events, and these Sandy Hooks and all these, massive events, that are government contrived, and Freemasonic, Jesuit, whatever you want to say, fraternity, whatever bodies you want to call behind it. I call them just satanic, because it's all for Satan, it's all for the devil. So at the end of the day, and he's not exposing those things. Bryan will sit there and say, oh, this is so sad that, somebody's so crazy to go in there and do this. And, what a mental deranged person. He's not exposing, saying, hey, this is a false flag event. They're doing this because they want to take away the weapons, because they want blah, 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 blah. And, yada, yada, yada. He's not addressing the things. He's not showing you about numerology and about how, you can track a lot of these fake false flag events because these Freemasons, they code everything, because that's how they work. They believe in their witchcraft, in their religion, that they have to tell people, and that's how it is in Satanism, for their not karma, that's the word, karma, not chemistry, excuse me, for their karma, to be good karma or whatever, they got to tell the world what happens before it happens. That's called predictive programming. That's why, they put this stuff in front of us before it happens, so that way we're desensitized to it through movies, through yada, 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 and then when it actually happens, we're not gonna revolt or as shocked because we've seen it in movies, we've seen it here, we've seen it there. But like, oh, it's just like that movie, or this is just like that TV show. So I'm not gonna make this video any longer than it's been. Like I said, I'm kind of going off topic, talking about other things. I know some people like that, some people don't. So just wanted to make this video quickly about how Bryan's videos and his information it does not come from him. I'll play it one more time.
Okay? Because then that's going to make the whole problem go away. Which is funny, really, because a lot of my teaching on the Godhead actually came from other brethren that sent me scriptures and said, what about this? Whatever.
So, I'm going to end it there. God bless you all. Like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you that likes, comments, shares, all that stuff. Like I said, it does mean a lot to me, and I do appreciate you guys. God bless you all. And like I said, I just want to say that I appreciate you.